I used Code Wars for 100 days, and here's what I learned from this process. What is Code Wars? Code Wars is an online tool where you can try a bunch of different coding problems. So these are typically all user submitted coding problems and coding challenges, and they're from really easy to some extremely hard ones that I don't even try. So I used it for 100 days, and here is my experience with it. So the routine, why did I do this? So my main thing is I wanted to learn JavaScript a little bit better. So I already purchased a class online. It was called Scrimba. So I purchased that class, and I was working through that material, and I really wanted to learn JavaScript more. But I felt that JavaScript can be a little kooky, and I wanted something to kind of aid me and get an understanding of the craziness of the language and try to use it in different avenues. And so that's where I found Code Wars. And so my routine basically consisted of, I'd get up, I would try at least one Code Wars problem, and then take that problem and solution and push that up to GitHub. So from there, that was pretty much it. I tried not to spend, 30 minutes max in Code Wars. I really don't try to spend a lot of time in there, and we'll go over as to why. Because honestly, it can really get addicting. So definitely, I try to keep it on the lower end of the spectrum of what I end up doing in the routine. So again, like I said, what did I learn? I felt like I was able to learn the ins and outs of JavaScript a little bit better. I felt like I was able to wrap my head around the kookiness of it and use it in different scenarios. And what's also nice about Code Wars is because these are community-based questions, other users and other people have tried solutions. So once you submit your answer and you can pass the tests, you're able to see other people's answers and how other people got to different solutions. So it's kind of cool to be able to see, oh wow, I didn't even know you could do that in JavaScript or whatever language. There's, like I said, there's tons of languages, whether it be Python, Ruby, C#, C++, you name it. You could probably find it on Code Wars. So I was able to, like I said, get a better and a understanding of, oh, you can do this, or you can do this crazy thing, or hey, you can even do this thing in this language. So I love the community aspect of Code Wars and seeing different problems and seeing how you solved it, how others solved the problems and the questions as well. So I really felt like it was a great experience all around. But I did have some, things that weren't too great. What are the cons? So these are user-generated questions, so not all questions are created equal. And what I mean by that is sometimes you'll find some questions are duplicates, some questions are, very, similar, or some questions don't make a lot of sense. These are user-generated. Sometimes there's too much information, sometimes there's not enough information, sometimes you have no idea what's going on, and that can be a bummer. I would recommend definitely after about 10 to 20 minutes, 30 minutes tops, take a break, come back. And I really honestly believe if you don't get the answer after that, just look at the solution. Nobody's looking. It's okay. And honestly, you'll learn more from that than anything else. And the last thing I would say, the last con I would say is that it can be a little addicting. What I liked about it was Code Wars, you can join different clans, and if you've got a community or some friends that are also doing it, you can create your own clan or join any public clan. There's a community of people called 100 Devs, and it's helped ran by this guy named Leon, and they have a community and they're on Code Wars, and it's great. And keeping track of that is tough, as far as like you can see other people and what their score is and how they're doing and things like that. And so it's like, whoa, it's very competitive, and it really kind of got me addicted at times. There was a time where I think I had done like 10 problems in a day, and so it was like, oh wow, I spent like 2 hours doing that. So it's like, again, I don't think it's the best time to spend all your time doing that. Spend a little time doing it, yes. Spend 4 hours, probably not the best idea. And another con is, honestly, you don't really code like this at work. So if I'm being honest, I don't really do this at my day job. I don't really code any of these problems. No one sits around, and my manager doesn't look for me to code these problems, or so that's kind of the bummer. But you do get to understand how that programming language works, and knowing the ins and outs of it can be helpful, instead of you stumbling on a job with a new programming language and not knowing how it works. So again, that's why I believe it's kind of a supplementary. I don't think using it to study fully and only doing Code Wars problems will help you with coding, because it really doesn't. Only coding will help you do that. But I do believe doing this daily drip will help, will aid. Seeing how other people get into problems and solve things will, make a lot of sense. And when you get on a team and you're working with other people, you'll have seen how other people code, how other people do things. So you'll kind of get an idea of that. So that's pretty much it for the cons. I really had a great experience. It was a lot of fun using Code Wars. I definitely would recommend it. Some things I would do differently this time around. And so what I would do, and this is my own personal problem, if I got stuck on a problem, let's say I spent 10, 20 minutes on it, after that, just look up the answer. Just look it up. Because the process of me looking it up or me abandoning it and seeing how someone else solves it and then writing that problem down, and then from there studying it on my own, or going back to the problem and trying it and getting the answer and understanding why it worked, that process right there is super important, and is way more important than you getting it right the first time. All honesty, it was an ego boost, or it was an ego drop when I got a question wrong. So I would skip and go to another one, or try to do it differently, or spend hours and hours just racking my brain trying to get this, because I felt, man, I'm not a real software developer. Don't believe the hype. Don't. Stop. Get some help. We're all doing this. We're all learning. Code is code. Don't worry about it. And so I really felt like after about 10 to 20 minutes of me not getting it, me racking my brain, looked at the solution, see how someone else did it, and then moved on. Another thing is, I would have probably tried some harder questions. I stuck around the easier questions just because, just to start. After a while, I started getting into the harder questions. I would say probably after I did about 50 of the easier ones, then I was like, oh, okay, I got a really better understanding. And so then I jumped into the harder questions. I probably would have just jumped into the harder questions sooner, because if I would have started trying more questions, and then when I ran into ones I didn't get, seeing the answer, going back and forth between the hard and the easy questions, that would have been more better than just starting off doing all easy questions. So yeah, I definitely believe Code Wars is a tool. Use it. Use the community. It's there to help. Even if you stumble, even if you fall, it's okay. And then this last thing, I have a tip for those of you who have tried using Code Wars before and have swore off against it. And I have tried to use it at least 4 times, and it's all failed. And with this tip, I really feel like, whoa, it changed the game for me. So I'm gonna jump over to a screen share and show you what I'm talking about. So welcome back. And this is the screen share of Code Wars. So if you look over here to Code Wars, so this is the rank I have. This is 5Q. It starts all the way from, I think it's from 8, and then it goes all the way to, I want to say 1Q. So if I jump over to my dashboard and look at my stats, it says 139 tests, or 139 completed katas. I'm on my way to get to this next queue, but if I'm being honest, I haven't used it in a few months, so I really used it to kind of get the ball rolling, and from there, I kind of left it alone after that. But like I said, what's nice about it is if I go home on this dashboard, like I said, if you join a community, it's really, really great, because being able to work with other people and see where you're ranking is kind of nice. So this is the 100 Devs community. If you're learning how to code, if you're doing it, it's a great place to learn. Leon, go over there, check him out. He's a great guy. I don't know him personally. I've never met him personally, but I've seen the stuff he's done online, and it is fantastic work. So I can only say good things about it. But here's the secret tip I've been talking about this video. So if you click over to practice, and like I said, if you've tried some of the Code Wars problem and they're a little hard, and maybe you're thinking, hey, maybe Code Wars isn't for me, don't worry, I got you. This is what I've tried, and this is what I've done. Like, I tried this way. So if you select sort by and you say most completed, it'll show you all of the katas that are the easiest. And you can even select it by easiest or hardest, depending on what you want to do. And from there, you can try all of those easy problems. You can do a few of them. You can get those under your belt. You can get an understanding. Even if the ones, you try some easy ones and they don't make sense, look at the solutions. That's what the community is there for. That's what we're here for, to help each other, to make sure, we can learn how to code together. It's a group. And so this is what I did. This is what I tried with Code Wars. I tried, like I said, I went to school for, and I did it this way. So don't feel bad. It's okay. It's about the learning process. So that's more important. So try this. Try a few of these easy questions. Like I said, these are simple. These are really easy. I tried a few of these easy ones, and from there, once you got a few of those easy ones under your belt, from there, then it'll make sense to try some harder ones. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I use Code Wars for about 100 days. I'll go link my GitHub in the comment section below, and that'll show you all of the questions I did. I created readmes for maybe a few of them. I think most of them. I really try to add readmes to my projects that I put on GitHub. So yeah, go there. Let me know. I pushed all that up to GitHub. So if you want to see that, how I did it, if you got any other suggestions about what else just to talk about, or any questions about Code Wars or anything else you want me to go over, let me know in the comment section below. So I appreciate it. If you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm Jobson, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.